Hello everyone. I'm driving. I look really weird, just my face illuminated in the dark. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the scripture. You may have noticed I snuck back into Matthew and did a little section from Matthew today. That's because this is the section that we're teaching in Club 45 to the 4th and 5th graders tomorrow. And I wanted to have a prayer of recollection experience with it. It was really awesome, although I definitely felt like a fish out of water to be out of Luke today, and I missed it, but I'm also happy to experience this for our thing tomorrow. So a few reflections. I will say it really blew me away today to read this story in the new light of prayer of recollection of having this Jesus inside me. I mean, this dude, he is just unbelievable, okay, right? Like he goes in and he is flipping the tables over and he's chasing them out and he's knocking over their chairs and he's yelling at them and he's like, but what he's yelling at him is really cool. And he says, this is supposed to be a house of prayer and you've turned it into a den of thieves. I actually don't know. I mean, I presume that the way they were doing business, they were taking advantage of people and basically stealing, the equivalent of stealing from them to make money off of them when they were trying to make sacrifices. Like, that's pretty gross. So it's pretty powerful. And then still powerful again, right? When the kids are singing about his praises and how, I think it says he's the son of David. And the Pharisees are like, do you hear what they're saying? And he's like, yeah, I hear them. And he says, but you know what he taught us in the scriptures, that he will teach the children to sing his praises. And I thought, that's really beautiful. And it's also, it struck me how Jesus again stood up to the Pharisees and said something that would be so controversial and offensive to them about he implying that he himself is the Messiah. You know, that would have made him insane. But then I thought, and I'm a little bit like, wow, I'm a little bit confrontation avoidance. How do you say that? I like to avoid confrontations sometimes. So the way that he just so calmly stands up to them is a little bit unsettling to me. But then I think, like, what's the alternative? Like, he has to stand up for the truth. They don't know he's the Messiah. They don't understand that. And what's he just going to let them push him over? That's not the Jesus I want in my heart. In fact, that was part of what was so powerful to me today, was to think about this strong man in my heart. And, you know, maybe it's because I'm female. Maybe it's because I had the honor of growing up with such protective brothers like we've talked about. I love the idea of being protected. I love the idea of being with someone who's that strong. And I love the idea that he's inside of me. And then I was also just thinking about I was listening to my old-fashioned bluegrass hymns again tonight, just a few minutes ago. And I was listening to the hymn about I come to the garden alone. And it's talking about meeting Jesus in the garden. And it says, I come to the garden alone. Well, anyways, let's go to the chorus. It says, he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Like, what a beautiful love song. It's so intimate and gorgeous and amazing to think of having this love relationship with Jesus. Then you layer on top of that this is also the Jesus, railroad tracks, sorry, that was bumpy. This is also the Jesus who was so powerful that, like, when he needed to do the right thing, nothing got in his way. Nothing. He just like, oh man, it just blows me away. And to think this is the tender, intimate person with you is the strong, powerful, unstoppable, nothing shakes, threatens, or scares him person. What an incredible contrast, and how much more I can feel secure in that intimacy, knowing how strong he is. Like, it's not just that we have a nice time together, it's that he can take care of me no matter what. He's got my back. He has the strength and the power and the fortitude to do anything. And so for that, I praise you, Jesus, and I thank you.